Hello everybody, welcome to Shogi Ramen TV. いらっしゃいませ. Let's enjoy Shogi with me. Today, I will introduce the basic joseki about the Hineribisha. Okay, let's see. Hineribisha will happen in the Aigakari. If you are sente, there is a possibility to play the Hineribisha. And Hineribisha castle with the Mino castle and the king will move to the right side. And this move is moving to the left. This is one of the hineri in Japanese. And this rook is an interesting move to force the gold to protect this position, because there is no other way to defend this pawn. And after that, pushing pawn. And the opponent try to exchange the pawn. And at this timing, there is a good move, pushing pawn. This is the continuous way to do the Hineribisha. And the opponent will escape the rook. I will explain the details of the branches later. And pushing pawn, jumping knight, move the bishop and drop the pawn. And then this is the basic style of the Hineribisha. So this is the same as the Ishida style. This is very beautiful and good styles in the Shogi. And the castle is the Mino castle. So let's see this position. The sentence position is the Mino castle and Ishida, and very beautiful styles. But the Ibisha style is very difficult to create the castle, strong castle, and this rook is difficult to move from the left, because the rook can attack from here, and the pawn is pushed this position. Before the opponent's pawn is here, but now sente's pawn is here, so this pawn position is better for the sente. So this is the one best story of the Hineribisha. Okay, let's see the branches. There's many branches. So against this pushing pawn, if the opponent didn't push this pawn, then you can push this pawn and move the rook. This is a similar situation before, and this is similar Ishida, same as Ishida. And next you can push pawn and knight, bishop and jumping knight. This is the way. And if the push back this pawn, this is most complicated way, but you can defend this exchange pawn by bishop. And after that, it's difficult to use the rook to the left side, so you need to use the rook from the right side. In this situation, this is an example. Creating the Migikyoku style is the one example, like this situation. So this is the one case against this pushback this pawn. And the other branches. against this pushing pawn, there is a chance to exchange the rook, but the exchange the rook is better for the Hineribisha, because the Hineribisha side, the Sente's castle is already completed and there is very few space to drop the rook, but the opponent's area there is a space to drop the rook, and the opponent has to eliminate the space to drop the rook. And I will introduce the one example to continue attack. Pushing the edge is the one way to create the space to drop the rook, dropping pawn and dropping rook here. And this is interesting dropping in this situation. This is attacking to the knight and runs. If the defend by the gold, you can drop the pawn, and gold cannot move. And this is the way, one way. So the exchange the rook is better for the center. So Gote needs to back the rook. And against this pushing pawn, it looks this dropping pawn looks good, but there is a good counter using the rook or using the pawn. This dropping pawn, take by rook and jump the knight and escape the rook and drop the pawn again. So this is a good counter against the dropping pawn. And after that you can take the pawn and you can create the same situation as before. So the dropping pawn is not so good. Jumping knight and move the king. And this bishop is also interesting way. It looks the rook can enter the my space, but it's a trap. You can capture the rook by bishop, and after that this promoted rook cannot move, and you can use the rook from here. It's difficult to defend this line. This is the trap. So the rook cannot enter this position, and you can drop the pawn and create this situation. Okay. And about this silver, there is two possibilities. Use the pushing pawn and move here and move here, or pushing pawn and silver here. It's difficult to compare the good for, and this moving silver would be the more defensive way because of the this silver can use the of the castle. Okay, I introduced the Hineribisha. I think this is the interesting strategy. Okay, thank you very much. See you next ramen. Bye bye.